My name's Angela Ross and I work for a company called Sub10. I'm one of the co-founders along with Peter Stevenson. We have a studio based at the PROTO in Gateshead and we do immersive, engaging, interactive learning solutions. So we do augmented reality, virtual reality and also the more traditional e-learning sort of digital solutions for online training. I think digital in the kind of the most basic level is obviously electronic technology. It's obviously using the binary digits in order to store and process information and data. But I think for our business, we're really looking at the kind of the convergence of social media, the internet, and also technology and what that means. So I think really over the last, say, 10 or 15 years has been this sort of revolution of digitalizing things and using technology. And as a business, we have to be really aware of customers, of end users of the products that we develop, and recognize that I think there's a real shift away from perhaps training in the workplace, which is very traditional and maybe workshop orientated with a trainer standing at the front of the room and traveling around to deliver education and training. So I think there's a real move away from that with the digital kind of revolution that we're seeing towards this on-demand, real-time learning experiences. So people actually want to be able to access learning as and when they need it and when they require it. So at Sub10, we've really moved towards trying to change what myself and Peter have experienced in the past, which is fairly boring sort of 60-minute training solutions, which I think we've all probably had to go through in the past, fire safety training or health and safety training. And we really want to make it about creating short, 10-minute or less units, very concise information for people to access as and when they require it. So whether it's a short video to engage with them, whether it's a factual how-to piece, we really want to make it immersive and effective. In terms of the digital kind of revolution, I think we're really seeing that out in the greater public domain. So we're seeing things like Netflix, allowing people to access what programs they want to see as and when in real time. So there's a real control and autonomy around the user or the viewer being able to get what they need as and when they need it. So I think for me, as a business, we're really aware of the digital aspects and also the changes in technology. For us, we've got to try and stay one step ahead of what's happening with different devices, with different platforms, and really understand how we can leverage those to ensure that we're using them to the fullest advantage. I think at the moment, the iPhone or the smartphone is a really useful place to start in terms of making content more engaging and immersive. I think what it allows us to do is create perhaps something like augmented reality solutions, where, that sounds like very impressive and different and new, but I think in terms of training, we can use that to allow people, for example, in an onboarding situation, to go around their office environment or their workplace and use an app on their phone, download it, and perhaps information pops up in real time as they're moving around the building. It could highlight bits of information about the company, it could highlight staff members, and you could feel like you're really involved in real-time learning. So I think for us, we're just very aware of digital aspects and how we can use that to leverage our business. And it's quite exciting, I think, to know that we've moved away from almost the physical world into a more intangible space, where actually the opportunities are endless as to what we could develop. So for us, PROTO was really sort of the last piece in the jigsaw. When we were thinking of starting up the business, we wanted to be based somewhere where we could almost amplify the business that we're trying to do, because we're very much a startup. In the past, we've worked for other organisations and companies which had the gravitas, which had the client base, which had the reach. But as a startup, we needed to be somewhere where we'd almost get that powerhouse behind us, and PROTO's really done that for us. It's really leveraged the ability to connect with other businesses in the Northeast in particular, to really network, to go to events, to connect with other companies within the PROTO as well, who are very like-minded in terms of using the digital sector, using immersive technology, and wanting to do things which are innovative and different. So we feel we've got a real kinship with other businesses within the PROTO that we can rely on, collaborate with. And also I've found, I used to work in the Southeast, the kind of the collaborative nature was perhaps more restrictive. And I found coming up to the Northeast, which is actually where I'm from originally, has been a real eye-opener because people tend to do business on a more sort of social basis, interacting, sharing and collaborating. So I think for us, the PROTO really offered the chance and the opportunity to connect with like-minded businesses. What it also does is it provides new, innovative, cutting-edge technology. So they'll have the latest VR products, they'll have the latest AR products. They also have a motion capture studio, TV studio. They have a programmatory area where you can scan people into a three-dimensional character. So you can actually get people to go into the programmatory. 122 cameras will take pictures of you, and then you can rig that and animate it. So for ourselves, just using that technology, it really opened up the creative boundaries and allowed us to think, well, how could we use that? Could we have a CEO scan them in and use them within a training course to be the guru, to be someone who is involved in the course, who takes you around, who introduces the subjects? Could we use that technology to our advantage? And what it's done is really open up the possibilities. The capability here is just incredible. It's great to be supported by the team at PROTO as well. They can't do enough for you to help promote your business, to help involve you in anything that's going on in the local area with new technology, with digital advancement. And it just feels like you're part of something bigger. And for us as a startup, I think that was really important.